So in Select Series 3, we added this new Solar Path tool. You'll find it in the Light Manager. Here's the icon here. And it basically brings up a graphic, and you can actually just grab the sun right here and move it within this graphic. So anywhere in this kind of tinted yellow area is where the sun could be over the course of a year. So as you move this line, it's the time of day, and this long one here is different dates over the course of a year. And you can resize the compass, and you can click on the center guy to move the compass. So I'll go ahead and play this previously recorded animation here to show how this works. So I'll go ahead and bring up Light Manager, and I'm going to create a new light setup. I'll just call this morning. Now I'll go to the solar tab here and set the time of day sometime in the morning. And I can collapse my light setup. And I'll go ahead and click on the render icon here, and I'll do a fast preview render, and you can see my results here. It's kind of a winter day. Another thing that we can do is adjust the brightness of the render. Now this is rendering with a fast preview. So we adjust, if it's rendering with fast preview, adjust the brightness with the brightness tab on the Light Manager. So here I want the sun to actually be coming up in a different direction. So by default the north is straight up in the top view, but I'm going to go ahead and move it going from left to right here, so that morning will now be to the top. And I'm doing this because I want to be able to position the sun so that I see it over the top of my bridge in this scene. Now the other thing that's kind of important with this tool, if you really want to make it relative so that what you see for the solar disk is correct, you need to move the SolarPathTool, the decorator, so that it is relative to your eye point. So I'm doing another render here, and after changing the north arrow, you can see that the sun is already over in this area here. Now I'm showing that as you change the air quality, it puts basically more like particulate matter in the air. So if it's perfectly clear, it's going to be bluish like so. And as you go more toward rural, you're going to add more dust and whatnot to the air. So if you want that really vivid sunrise or sunset, you want to make some adjustments to your air quality. So this is our physical sky render. So as I mentioned previously, I need to move the graphic here. So I've got a trick for doing this. I'm actually going to just create a save view of my camera view, and I'm going to say show me that. So it's showing me the camera cone, the extents of my camera. Now I can simply move this solar graphic over, and I can actually move it in. I'm going to snap to precisely where my eye point would be in the view. So now I can manipulate the sun, and what I want to do is I want to get this so that it's actually visible in the camera. And now I can see where those two lines cross, the two black lines, one being the time of day, the other being the date. That is where they cross, is where the physical solar disk is going to appear in the sky, and you can see that happening in the render. So it's pretty cool that you can kind of dial this in, and as you move this, you'll see the sun start to appear as I move it. And I'm not speeding this up, this is just actual render speed. So here I'm going to finally move it over on the other side of my tree, and you'll see that it's going to appear right there. And I like this look, so now I'm going to go ahead and do a final render. So here's the final render, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust the brightness of the render, and you can see I can kind of dial this in here. But a cool thing that you can do in the post render is dial in bloom. So you can see that that makes my camera view, my render, just look that much more photorealistic with bloom.